Right, this is Davos 2018. We have with us one of the people who's been a real motivating factor in pushing the India strategy at Davos for more years than I can recount. Chandrababu Naidu. You, sir, I have to say, were one of the first darlings of Davos, one of the first Indian politicians to make an impact out here. The voters in Andhra Pradesh at that time may not have liked all the reforms you were doing, but here at Davos, they were deeply, impressed. So, I just wanted to ask you, what is it that you think the Prime Minister should be saying at Davos in about 1 hour from now?
Now, this is a very good occasion for India, first of its kind. First time, Indian Prime Minister is addressing plenary session.
Yeah.
Never before. After 22 years, he visited again as Prime Minister of India.
Yeah.
We are very happy for that. And also, India is having so many things to communicate and also network. All these things, PM is going to today is going to do all these things. I am very happy. For the last 14 times I visited here.
You've been here 14 times, right? That's why you can sit out here with the snow without a coat. Are you sure you're not cold?
No, inner support is there. No.
Inner support is there. Okay, so 14 years you have come to Davos because you understood the importance of Davos. Why is it that it took time to persuade Indian Prime Ministers to come? It was partly the clash of the Republic Day. 26 used to always be an issue and they would have to get back. But I'm also more surprised that no Prime Ministers have come out here and sought to speak at Davos.
No, as a matter of fact, we didn't visualize the importance of this forum. We didn't use properly. At the same time, 1991 we started economic reforms. In the beginning, we were all used to feel shy to talk about reforms.
Yeah.
I used to talk very boldly.
Yes.
That is only the future for India. Always economic reforms brings efficiency, public-private partnership. Yeah. Then naturally we can create wealth. Then automatically wealth will be created. Then distribution of wealth or eradication of poverty will be easy. All these years our people have ignored. But first time our Honorable Prime Minister is visiting. It will go a long way in India's development.
So Mr. Naidu, interesting historical aside, I think one of the first stories I ever did as a journalist was I accompanied the Indian Prime Minister Narasimha Rao to Davos in 1992, so 26 years ago, long time back. And the contrast is major. Unfortunately, Davos does have a hierarchical system, almost like a caste system. And there are prime ministers and heads of state who wander around, the Congress Center, with no one paying them too much attention. They get maybe one session here, one session there. No one is really paying them attention. It often happens to Pakistani prime ministers, unfortunately. Mr. Narasimha Rao at that time was somewhat like that. India was very much on the outside, nose to the window, trying to look inside. So it's a matter of a lot of pride for us as Indians that now it's a very different situation. The plenary session and a welcoming address in India center stage.
Not only that, we are raising our voice with a louder voice. Earlier, our people used to feel shy. Yeah. Now, on international platform, our Prime Minister is talking and also is putting nation on the global scenario. Earlier, all Prime Ministers, Indian politicians used to feel shy for various reasons. And at the same time, that was the beginning. P.V. Narasimha Rao visited here.
Yeah.
Today, we have done so many things.
World is the start of reform. At that time, the economy was in a terrible shape. So you can understand why nobody was paying attention to it. Today, though, there is still something which I think the Prime Minister may want to address in his speech. And that is, everyone gets the potential of India. There's no other country like India with 1.3 billion people, the potential to grow for 10, 20, 30 years. But there are still question marks and doubts that people have. So do you think he should try and address those doubts? And I know you have concerns for ABC reasons. This is what I'm going to try and do about them.
No, what I'm saying, for any country, there will be some considerations for that country's sake or political compulsions. But today, I'm very happy India is moving very fast. So many reforms we have initiated. It is going to give rich dividends in course of time. Yeah. Second one, no other country is having this type of advantages. One is demographic dividend. Technology, we are very strong.
Demographic dividend may not always work well if jobs aren't there.
No, but I'm saying, 100% you are right. But always there is a strength. How to use that strength, that is important. No other country is having that advantage. Market, biggest market.
Yeah.
So with all these things, India is positioned now in a comfortable position, but always you have to make use of it.
So if you had to advise the Prime Minister in his speech, as I'm sure you have, because nobody knows Davos better than you do, what should you think are some of the themes that he should be talking about? Should he repeat should he be talking about the strength of India and the opportunities in India, or do you think people pretty much know that and he should go beyond it?
No, what I'm saying, in India, consistency of policies.
That's a very important point.
PM is always insisting that. Ease of doing business. That also India is moving very fast. These two, another things anyway, policies, all these things, even states are competing.
Yeah.
I am very happy. We are ease of doing business, we are number one. I am benchmarking now top 5 in the world. How to do that?
You mean Andhra specifically. So let me just see with the points that you made. So you said talk about competition, talk about the fact that states are competing with each other, talk about ease of doing business, but above all, talk about consistency of policy. Yes. And you think that's the main thing he should say?
They are all the main things.
And I tell you why I think that is particularly important, what you just said. And I would agree with you 100%, because when you're talking to, we in India have a certain view about how things are going. When you come to Davos, you see what others are saying. Big concern they have is on things like policy flip-flops. Vodafone, for example, retrospective tax, it absolutely destroyed, the India story here at Davos for 2 or 3 years. Tax terrorism was another example of that. Nobody likes it. And that continues, that some would say continues to happen, with foreign companies having tax cases put on that. What can the Prime Minister say which will reassure CEOs and reassure the others listening?
No, even yesterday he had a global CEOs meeting. I also attended. He gave very clearly message. He met all CEOs. He gave a time for everybody to express what they are expecting from India. Finally, he summed up very well. Same thing, if you assure global market, and then I'm confident people will come.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the economic aspect of it, which is only one part of it. Davos is only partly about economics. It's also a lot about technology, which is something which perhaps India might want to talk about. It's also the fourth industrial revolution, which is really emanated from here, and it's about geopolitics. We are going to be later this week seeing speeches from Theresa May, from Macron, from Trudeau today. Donald Trump is going to be speaking here. From a geopolitical point of view, what do you think the Prime Minister should say?
No, India is very strong on its own policy. That he has to maintain that consistency. That is what I am thinking. And at the same time, India is emerging now as a major developing country because of size of population and also leadership quality. Now I am confident he is very mature, he is very strategic, he will deal it.
So he'll almost certainly, talk about some of the things like, the social campaigns that he's been doing and the rest of it. He may well talk about the environment, I think. The Indian leadership in solar, with so much concern about climate change and issues like that, that might be something that he touches upon, that India is now playing a leadership role in that.
No, yesterday also he touched all these points, which are all relevant to the global community. He is talking all these issues.
Do you think it's going to mention terrorism may well come up? Do you think I don't suppose it will be customary for him to talk about any specific country like China or Pakistan?
No, always there will be strategy. He is aware of it.
Yes, aware of it. Speeches in Hindi we understand, which is interesting because he's more comfortable in Hindi. But I guess, here there's something to be said for speaking in English so that everyone understands it more clearly than a translator speaking. Do you think Hindi is the right thing to do?
No, which is comfortable to communicate is important.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, all global leaders, if you can see, majority are not speaking English.
Yeah.
Even
Chinese Premier spoke in Chinese last year.
That's what I'm saying. Even they know, they will talk their own language.
Right. So there's no harm in that.
There's nothing to worry.
All right, sir. So significant speech, and your expectations are high from it?
And also, this is a very, according to me, technology with fourth industrial revolution. And also, India is now emerging as a giant. So many advantages. At this time, he has come here to address. That the first time Indian Prime Minister is addressing the plain recession. It will go a long way in creating confidence and also self-respect and also global community confidence.
All right. Chandrababu Naidu, sir, thank you so
you.
much for joining us. I'm going to allow you to get inside before you freeze.
it's okay.
I know inner strength is what you're saying, but
No,
you know,
it's okay. No problem.
all right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.